Welcome back, Manut fans. Today we've got the latest transfer buzz. Kobbie Mainoo sends a message to Ruben Amorim, Hojlund could shockingly return to Atalanta, and updates on the Baleba link. Let's dive in. Kobbie Mainoo message sent to Ruben Amorim as he receives reminder amid 60 Minutes transfer. Link Ruben Amorim has been urged to put more trust in Kobbie Mainoo by Rio Ferdinand, despite his admiration for Adam Wharton, who has been linked with Manchester United. Rio Ferdinand has called on Ruben Amorim to place his trust in Kobbie Mainoo despite his respect for Adam Wharton. Manchester United could strengthen their midfield before the transfer deadline and have been linked with Crystal Palace's Wharton and Brighton's Baleba this summer. It's understood that Wharton would cost at least 60 million, while Brighton are demanding more than 100 million for Baleba. Nevertheless, according to Ferdinand, United also possessed the solution in the form of Mainoo, who remained on the bench during Sunday's home loss to Arsenal. The ex-United defender is a massive admirer of Wharton, but reckons the club can save cash by maximizing the potential of Mainoo, who was utilized in various roles last season. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Ferdinand said, Wharton, would have been one of the midfielders on my hit list. Yes, we've been talking about Baleba. He's been the hot topic for the last month or so. Before that, Adam Wharton was one of the guys. Listen, he's the nearest to a Michael Carrick type. He's a controller who plays forward from that deeper line position. I watched him against a couple of the bigger teams like Liverpool and Man City, and he was unfazed. He's ready for a big occasion and enjoys pressure. I love him. I think he's a fantastic footballer. But we've got Kobbie Mainoo. He can do that role, he can control a game and play deep. Playing two central midfielders, Kobbie Mainoo can play that role, given the opportunity. You can play through someone like him. You can get out of tight situations and open the game up. He might just have to be a patient young man at the moment, for the team to find its way, for the manager to then put the trust in him to go and play. If it was me, if I was playing two in the midfield, Kobbie Mainoo would be one of my two. I think he's a super talent who can handle the ball as well as anyone at Man United at present. I would give him that responsibility. After a stunning breakthrough 22-23-24 season, when he shone for both United and England, Mainoo suffered an injury-hit campaign. Speaking earlier this year, Amorim revealed he would seek to establish a consistent role for Mainoo. The United boss explained, "We are really happy to have more options, and an option like Kobbie Mainoo, with the quality that he has played as a 6, as an 8, and as a 10. We are really pleased to have Kobbie Mainoo, but we have to be careful. We need Kobbie Mainoo fit and fresh. In England, sometimes they play with 3 defenders also, was more or less the same position. So he can play. We need to help him and find a little bit like Casemiro, who is playing better because we understand better the way Casemiro can play. And I think we can do that with Kobbie, because he has a lot of qualities. He is really good on the ball, but also near the opponent's box. We will try to manage all that and find the right space for a player like Kobbie." Man Utd's stance on moving for Baleba alternative after suffering transfer blow. Manchester United are still keen to sign a number 6 holding midfielder in the summer transfer window, but have moved on from Baleba due to Brighton's sky-high asking price. Manchester United are still weighing up the possibility of signing a central midfielder in the remainder of the summer transfer window after moving on from Baleba. United have spent 200 million on Matheus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, and Benjamin Sesko this summer and are now trying to offload unwanted players. They are trying to sell Jadon Sancho, Alejandro Garnacho, and Rasmus Hojlund to open up the possibility of more additions. While bolstering their attack was the priority for Ruben Amorim this summer, there are other areas that he would also like to strengthen. One of them is at the base of midfield, where Casemiro started in the opening Premier League game of the season against Arsenal on Sunday. United had asked Brighton about the possibility of signing Baleba, but have been put off by their 120 million asking price. The 21-year-old Cameroon international is under contract with Brighton until June 2028, and Moises Caicedo's 115mm price tag in a sale to Chelsea 2 years ago has set a precedent on the South Coast. Amorim hasn't completely given up on signing a number 6, though, with the Athletic naming Morten Hojlund and Adam Wharton as alternatives that are being considered. Having already spent over 200 million, United have to think about whether making another major signing is viable with profit and sustainability rules to consider. Hojlund is extremely well known to Amorim, who worked with the Sporting Lisbon captain during his time with the club. The 26-year-old is reportedly available for around 50 million, 2 years after signing from Lecce for just 15 million. He played 65 times under Amorim's management at Sporting, winning 2 Primeira Liga titles and the Taça de Portugal. Wharton has caught the eye for Crystal Palace, but the club will be reluctant to sell, given Mark Guehi and Ebereki Eze are already in talks to join Liverpool and Tottenham respectively. The 21-year-old has 4 years left on his contract with Palace and has admirers at other Premier League clubs. United have Casemiro, Manuel Ugarte, and Kobbie Mainoo as options in holding midfield, and, speaking ahead of the Arsenal game, Amorim insisted he didn't need new players. "I'm really happy with our players," he said when asked if they would sign a midfielder. "They are working really well. We have different players for that position, so we are prepared to win any game with our players. Maybe Mason Mount is a player that I think can play in that position if we want something different. But then we are going to find out during the season. We have players to cope to win games in the Premier League." Meanwhile, Brighton boss Fabian Hürzeler is very confident Baleba is staying. He said, "He seems to be in a really good place. He's enjoying it with his teammates. He's enjoying being a Brighton player. I didn't see any big changes, and he's an option to start tomorrow. Very, very, very confident he will stay. That's just my belief." Rasmus Hojlund tipped for shock. Atalanta return this summer. Manchester United are prepared to cut ties with Rasmus Hojlund this summer as the striker edges closer to the exit door. United value Hojlund at $40 million, a significant drop from the 70 Teres they splashed on him in 2023. According to The Athletic, Atalanta continue to follow Hojlund's situation and have given consideration to bringing him back to Bergamo. The 22-year-old could be tempted by a return to his old stomping ground, where he first showcased the raw talent that caught the eye of Europe's biggest scouts. The Denmark international has looked a shadow of himself, managing just 4 league goals across more than 30 appearances last term. United are looking to sell him permanently, but may accept a loan transfer under the right conditions. Despite the backing of head coach Ruben Amorim, Hojlund failed to live up to expectations. United have added Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig to their ranks this summer. The Slovenian is one of the best emerging strikers in Europe and possesses huge potential. He made his debut after coming off the bench in the 1-0 defeat to Arsenal on Sunday. He could be handed his first full start this weekend when United face Fulham. Hojlund put in disappointing performances last term, as he was often bullied off the ball by defenders. He was also unable to make timely runs into the channels and failed to provide a focal point for United's attack. Hojlund now seems to be an informal part of the bomb squad that initially comprised Marcus Rashford, Antony, Alejandro Garnacho, Jadon Sancho, and Tyrell Malacia. He was left rooted to the bench in United's final preseason clash and was completely omitted from the squad against Arsenal. Atalanta are not the only Italian club monitoring his situation. AC Milan and Napoli are also linked with a move for the Danish centre-forward. A return to familiar surroundings might be exactly what Hojlund needs to halt the downward spiral of his career. Manchester United were on the losing side against Arsenal in their Premier League curtain raiser at Old Trafford on Sunday. The Red Devils were the dominant outfit over the course of 90 minutes, but they could not find the back of the Gunners' net. A solitary goal from Riccardo Calafiori sealed the win for the visitors, but the result could have been quite different on another day. Despite the defeat, there were plenty of positives on both ends of the pitch. Matthijs de Ligt and Lenny Yoro were exceptional with their aerial duels and comfortably handled the threat of Victor Gyökeres. In the final third, Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo were brilliant on their debuts, while Mason Mount complemented the duo. Cunha was particularly impressive with his direct runs against the Arsenal defense and almost scored a sensational solo goal. The Brazilian, valued at $52 million by Transfermarkt, won an impressive 4 out of 6 dribbles contested, which was the joint highest in the first matchday of the season. In our view, Cunha put Wantawe star Alejandro Garnacho to shame with his excellent dribbling skills on his debut for the club. Garnacho started in 23 out of his 36 league appearances. For the Red Devils' last term, the Argentine won less than 1 dribble, 0.7 per game, with a success rate of just 32%. He also won fewer than 3 duels per outing. Cunha looks poised to eclipse that average, having won 8 duels on his debut itself. United have quite clearly found an upgrade on Garnacho and Cunha. Garnacho is undoubtedly talented, but his inability to win regular duels or dribble past opponents has been quite frustrating. The Argentine's future is now clearly away from United. He is pushing for a move to Chelsea, and a deal is expected to materialize.